Good Saturday morning. Got my R factor really humming good. You've seen, and if you're good at Sonod, I did quite a few driver's choices yesterday. Um, I'm gonna do some more today. I'm gonna try to get the videos uploaded, some videos uploaded, so you can see what I'm doing. Um, Allergies are really affecting my throat, as you can tell. Didn't hear back from anybody that I didn't subscribe back to, so maybe I did or that person didn't watch, or they can't tell like I can't tell who your subscribers are. And if you subscribe back, at least I haven't found the tab yet or the link yet or whatever on YouTube to say who subscribed to you. If they don't notify you, they notify you, and usually I just click subscribe back, but I don't remember doing it, so it may have gotten done, may not have gotten done. I mean, I'm sorry if I didn't, but I can't figure out how to find out. So when and if that ever happens, if I figure that out, I'll subscribe back if I didn't. I subscribe to over 100 things. Most of them have to do with racing, former racing buddies, former leagues, former sites, just a whole bunch of stuff. So it's hard going through the list and say, oh, that's the person I subscribed. It doesn't put them in order when when I subscribed or nothing like that. So YouTube, it's kind of inefficient in that way. What else? What else? What else? I was just thinking something else. I don't remember what it was. It was something I had to tell. I remember telling about the links for the setups finally, the subscribers. There was something else I wanted to say yesterday and I forgot. I remembered later on in the day and now I'm forgetting again. I should write this crap down and just hold it up to the screen. See, I forgot this. I don't remember what it was. Bill says he's going to put up a bunch of truck challenges today whenever he gets up and gets around. It's 9 o'clock here, so in Riverside or wherever he lives. I think it's, right by Riverside. It's, 2 hours earlier, so it's 7. My brain's not even doing math this morning. He's usually up by now. It's Saturday, so maybe he's not up by now. I haven't been paying attention to weekend times. Usually I sleep in a little bit. I slept in a little bit myself, and that's why the blog's a little late in getting done. Versus Nod, sign up. These hot lap things are quite fun and somewhat of a... It seems like whenever I put a time up, they all seem to wait for me. I don't know if this is true or not, that they wait for me to put my time up, and then all of a sudden the flood of time start coming. Like they have to beat me, since I'm quote unquote the king of hot lapping. I don't call myself the king of hot lapping because of how fast I am. I call myself the king of hot lapping because I've done them all. Every last one of them, even the one that Trent put up. Tank driver, 245 or 214 or whatever it is. I even did that one. I downloaded that mod and just ran laps. That's why I call myself the king of hot lapping, because there's over 100 challenges and I've done every last one of them. I try to get them done as soon as he posts them. That way it's done out of the way. I run 10 laps usually, and whatever he puts up, try to run 10 laps. Last night I didn't do the Willow Springs. I was kind of tired, so I didn't run that one. He's got RF Spec Racers at Willow Springs, and I ran the Laguna Seca one, and the car is not fast, it's not powerful. It's about braking and gear and getting your gears, and really how soon, your braking points, how much brake and stuff like that to get a quick lap. Keep the speed going through the corners, because once you slow that thing down, it takes a little bit. It's like driving a street car, seriously, with a race car. Say they slapped a piece of fiberglass on a Ford Fiesta body. They took the body off a Ford Fiesta, gutted it, slapped in the steering wheel, a basic dash, and put a body and some roll bars on it. That's what it looked like to me. is what they did. Is they took the Ford Fiesta chassis. What the hell's a Shasta? I don't know. Don't ask. That's the brain at work. The amazing thing that the mind comes up with. Anyway, that's what it feels like. Is they took the Ford Fiesta or the Ford Focus, something small, light, not a lot of power. It's probably the Fiesta engine, not the Focus, because I know they race Focuses. Focus, whatever the plural Focus is. That's another interesting word. The plural of that is, if there is actually a plural. Because Focuses sounds stupid. But then we butcher the language so bad, and I won't even get into that. But that's what I'm thinking the Spec Racer is just the chassis from a Ford Fiesta, done up with race parts and roll bars put on it, because it's got no power. It's all about braking, all about, getting on the gas as fast as you can, as soon as you can, after braking. And it was fun. I actually had the corkscrew figured out before I had the last turn figured out. I was always over. I was either overdriving or underdriving the last turn. And either way, you're wiping a second or two off your time. When I put up as my final hot lap was, I think, a 152 or a 151.9, which is a 152. Basically, as I hit that corner, and I was like, I'm not going to try that again. I just gave up after that point. And the only time I got into fifth gear is at the end of the long front straight. Right before the turn, I switched to fifth gear and then, bounced back down the gearbox because of the hairpin that's right there at the end of the long straight. It's a fun little track. Not little either. It's in California, of course, but at least it's not. That's the hard part about learning a car, is on a track that you're not familiar with. Usually if I'm driving a car I'm not familiar with for the first time, well, not familiar with at all for the first time, I'll take it to Mid-America Motorplex and run it there, so just get the feel for the car. But I didn't last night. I was feeling tired all day long, all night long, so I just took it out and ran, I think, 8 laps at Seca or Laguna, whatever you want to call it. I don't like calling it Mazda Raceway because it's Laguna Seca. So I ran the 8 laps. Probably could have done better if I practiced with the car a little bit more, got used to it, figured out the braking points and stuff, and how to use the brakes on it. 'Cause that's, like I said, that's where all the driving is in that car. It's the brakes, because the gas is just, it's point and go with the gas. You just get on it and go, and shifting's pretty standard. But because the thing slows down pretty quick. Because you're not going fast to begin with. I think the fastest one is 140 miles an hour, which basically is, like I said, car speed. So, that was a lot of fun. So I'm going to do the Willow Springs later today, and hopefully he gets up early enough he can put them up the truck challenges he's putting up. And I'm hoping we're going to do a 10-lap shootout with the Cup cars at Dover. If he sees us before he goes, puts a lot up there. I still might just do that just for my own enjoyment, because I kind of like that, and Dover's one of my favorite tracks. Though 10 laps isn't a lot at Dover, so maybe 20-lap shootout, and make it fun, and see what I can do in a Cup car, because I haven't actually driven a Cup car there in traffic, and probably, well, since like 2007 when they switched over to the COT cars. I think that's the last time, and that was CTS physics on that car. So technically, I can't even remember last time I drove Cup physics at Dover. So be interesting to see. That's why I want to do it, see if I can still do it. And the wheel settings that I've done has a total different feel to it. And I'm having a hard time actually driving the car in our 2K or NASCAR Racing 2003 season, because of the wheel changes. The car doesn't have that arcadey, helpy feel anymore. It's, feels like a real car. Wheel gets heavy, wheel gets light, stuff like that. So, still getting used to that still. It's fun in R factor. and GTR2 and Race On, Race 07. That's what I ran. R Factor 2 still doesn't run that great, so I don't run that, and I don't have anything but the demo package on that anyway, so I'm not worried about that. I don't know if I'm actually ever going to buy that. I may, but it just seems like the mods don't come out as often for that. Anyway, I've gone over kind of my self-imposed 10-minute limit. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.